Hi, this is Dan Marantz. I'm a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, New England Properties here in Westerly, and I am also the creator and founder of Westerly Waves, a place to meet the people and organizations that make Westerly a better place. Today I'm sitting with Chris Phillips, who is the president of Community 2000 Education Foundation. Chris, welcome.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks.
Happy to be here.
Oh, glad to have you. I always enjoy these interviews. We actually met a while back.
I remember.
You had stopped into Berkshire Hathaway, and I did a little bit of a fundraiser
Yeah.
with my fellow agents. But tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with Community 2000.
Okay. Well, I'm a chemist by training. I was working at Pfizer and wanted to get closer to the ocean because I grew up in New Jersey and was used to the Jersey Shore, and so I came down to Charlestown in 1988, ended up buying a place.
I also grew up in New Jersey.
You did?
On the
Okay.
Jersey Shore.
Okay. So, in 1999, I happened to see an article in the New London Day saying these are the greatest economic times ever, but people are not giving back to their communities. And so I started talking to some neighbors and saying, what do you think about starting an education foundation that gives scholarships and educational project grants? And I got strong enthusiasm, so we got started in the end of 1999. We gave our first 2 scholarships in the spring of 2000, and we've been going strong ever since then. So
Okay.
we give away almost $100,000 a year in scholarships and educational project grants.
Wow.
And we have partnerships with the Westerly College Club and the Rotary Club of Chariho. So all 3 organizations are separate entities with their own scholarship endowment and slightly different geographies. For example, the Westerly College Club covers 2 Stoningtons, Westerly Pawcatuck, Charlestown, Hopkins, and Richmond. We cover Chariho, Charlestown, Hopkins, and Richmond. The Rotary covers Charlestown, Hopkins, Richmond, Exeter, and West Greenwich. So with the partnerships, we cut a swath with scholarships from Stoningtons all the way through Westerly, Chariho, up to Exeter and West Greenwich.
How many scholarships a year?
Community 2000 gives between 30 and 35 scholarships a year. It varies a little bit from year to year, but once we start with a kid, we stick with him for his full undergraduate education.
So it's not just the $500 here, get started with your books the first year. This is going to help them through their entire career.
We help them through their entire career. So our original scholarships were $1,000. This year they'll be $1,800, and in 2019, which will be our 20th year, they'll be $2,000. And so we'll be giving $30,000 to $35,000, $2,000 scholarships in our 20th year.
That's a huge help.
The Westerly College Club and the Rotary also give scholarships, so we cover that whole geographical area that I mentioned.
I did not realize that it was quite so big an amount.
Well, it's grown, and it's amazing to me because we also do educational project grants in Chariho, much like the Westerly Education Endowment Fund does in Westerly.
What is an education
Well,
grant?
we have 2 educational project endowments. One is called Innovative Projects and one is called Strategic Projects. So the Innovative Projects endowment provides seed money for an idea that a teacher or an administrator or a parents group, a community group, a kids group have that might have an impact on the educational process in Chariho.
Okay.
With strategic projects, we try to do 2 things. We try to do things that will have a positive impact on the basics, reading, writing, math, science, computer literacy. And the other thing we do with strategic projects is we do a fair amount of teacher professional development. So what we're trying to do with teacher professional development is take that distribution of teachers and create more champion teachers, because the educational research is very clear. If you have a struggling kid, the best way to help a struggling kid is to put him with a champion teacher. So we think long and hard.
Champion teachers are just those great teachers, or are they actually certified? Is there a certification?
No, there's no certification there.
They're just the ones that everybody knows.
Everybody will remember 20 or 30 years after they're out of school. So I actually have a list of things that champion teachers do that's a page long, and all teachers do some of them. So we know that if we can help a teacher grow and become a champion teacher or just a better teacher than he is, that's going to have an impact on the education of the kids.
I definitely can see that. I still remember my 7th grade English teacher, Mrs. Dollinger, who managed to get me to write something for the first time in my life, and it's affected me all my life. It's something
I'm sure. You know, learning to write is a skill that will always be with you once you have it, and if you can write, you can always find a job.
Yeah, I agree with that. So that was just one of those things. We know that the mission of Education 2000, Community 2000, I might get it right sometimes, Community 2000 is scholarships. Is that, and it's to help the community, the teachers, the grants. That's the true mission?
Yes, I mean, we said in the beginning that we wanted to have endowments, both for scholarships and educational projects, and that we wanted to be a multi-community organization. At that time, we were thinking just Charlestown, Hopkins, and Richmond, but it's become broader than that with the Westerly College Club and the Rotary Club of Chariho partnership. And so we wanted to be an all-volunteer organization. We wanted to be growing endowments and giving scholarships and educational projects at the same time. So we've done that.
So you are a volunteer like everybody else in the group.
We're all volunteers, exactly.
So every dime that you guys raise goes directly into the scholarships.
Well, we have some expenses.
Every organization has some, but
we actually have an annual event on the Saturday after Labor Day, which is a golf tournament, which raises about $50,000.
Okay.
And there are expenses associated with that.
Of course.
And we're going to do another event on Sunday afternoon, April 2nd, which is a virtual master's scholarship event where we will auction off the players in the master's tournament, and should be a lot of fun. It's like any fantasy event. It's an opportunity for people to get together, pool some money.
On Sunday, that's going to take place on Sunday, which is
April
the last
2nd.
day of the Masters.
No, the Masters starts on runs from April 6th through April 9th, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so
it's a couple days before the Masters.
So a couple days before, and so if I wanted to choose Justin Spieth, I could come and bid for him.
And bid for him, and if you get him, and if he wins the Masters, you win our first prize, which is all expenses paid trip to Pebble Beach, 3 rounds of golf in Pebble Beach with hotels and airfare and everything covered.
Car rental.
Everything.
3 rounds of golf at
3 rounds of golf
Pebble Beach courses.
At three great Pebble Beach courses.
That's an incredible.
It's an incredible prize, and we're very happy to have it.
And then there's some second and third prizes.
There's 5 main prizes, and then we'll have some other auction items with prizes as well.
So how would somebody come out and be a part of this? What would they have to do?
Well, ideally they would get together a bidding group, and typically the bidding group will be 4 people because
that's a foursome.
It's a foursome, and then if you win, you get your whole foursome gets the trip. So all you have to do is register and come with a pot of money in mind that you're going to bid with, and try to get as many of the Justin Spieths and Rory McIlroys as you can, so you have the best chance to win that first prize.
So how would they register? Where would they go for that?
You can look on our website, which is www.community2000.org, and you'll find the brochure there with the registration form. And we still have a number of free registrations, so if anybody would like a free registration, all they need to do is contact me.
Okay. Now you had asked me a few minutes ago about you were asking me to do something with a putting contest.
Yes, we'll have a putting contest there.
And this is at the Musqueamica Club?
It's at the Weekapaug Golf Club. We'll have a putting contest, and the winner of the putting contest will win a prize. I think it's going to be a golf bag. But then the winner gets a one-putt chance to win $5,000.
Okay, so I have to practice.
Well, you don't have to practice. You just got to be lucky.
No, I have to practice. I won't be that lucky.
So it will be fun.
Right.
And with any fantasy event, the fun part is putting a group together, deciding, how much money you're going to risk by bidding, and then developing a strategy. Do you put it all on Justin Spieth, or
Right.
Do you spread it around?
Just
So
by a few guys.
yeah, buy as many guys as you can that you think have a chance to
And
win.
again, pretty much 100% of this money that's raised is going to go towards scholarships.
We'll all go towards our scholarships.
Scholarships and grant program.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a worthwhile cause. If you like to golf and want a chance to play at Pebble Beach, this is the time to go. Go to the Masters. I have a friend that tries to get to the Masters every year.
So this is the first time we've done this event. We're hoping it'll become an annual event. We've been doing the golf tournament on the Saturday after Labor Day. This will be our 14th year of that. So those are really the only two events that we run as fundraisers.
Okay. If somebody wanted to become involved with Community 2000 education, what opportunities are there for them other than giving money, which
Sure,
they'll
sure.
always take money?
There's 4 or 5 different ways that a person can help us. We have a board, as most 501c3s do. So we're always looking for exciting, energetic board members. We have a scholarship committee that makes the decisions on scholarships, and an educational project committee that makes the decision on educational projects. So if somebody would be interested in serving on our board or one of those committees, we're happy to have them. So that's the governance of the foundation. Between the 2 committees and the board, we're talking about 20 to 25 people. We are always looking for volunteers. We need some volunteers for both of our golf events. We're always looking for networkers, people who will help us find other people who might be interested in what we do and how we do it and so forth.
So this video is a chance as networking.
Absolutely. And of course, you can be you can submit an educational project grant, or you can be a financial contributor at a level which is comfortable for your family budget. And I think I've forgotten 1 or 2 other ways that you can help us, but
there are
several
opportunities
ways
for somebody who wants to be involved in the community, maybe is very geared towards education,
Sure.
loves that part, teachers, parents. My mother was a teacher, so I always think in terms, I have great respect for them. These are the opportunities. There is a chance for somebody to come.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Do you work with any other organizations yourself?
I'm on the board of the Y here in
Okay.
Westerly, which I love the Y. It's a great organization.
Yep.
I'm also on the board of the Weekapaug Golf Club, so I'm a golfer. One of the hats that I wear is playing golf, and I'm a little bit of a fanatic as a golfer, so we play all winter long. In weather like this, we'll play.
Yes.
You can dress for the cold. It's the wind that's the killer playing
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah, well, it just takes the balls in different directions.
Yes.
I was playing in Syracuse years ago in the middle of April, and we had about 70-mile-an-hour winds, and my friend hit a ball straight up in the air, and it stopped and came straight down. Literally watched it. We thought it was going to hit the green, and it just stopped. The wind just stopped. And
Been there, done that.
yeah, it's one of those fun things. So this is, as you know, a show about the community, but it's also about real estate for me, because
Okay.
that's what I do for a living. And
Okay.
I hear lots and lots of horror stories. I did a lot of bank-owned property for a long time, so I've had just about everything happen. And I love to end my podcasts with a little story about something fun with real estate. I'm wondering if maybe you have a story for us.
Okay, well, I'm not sure it's fun, but it's interesting.
That's fine.
So, I came to Quanticottag in Charlestown in 1988, and bought a nice house, and we lived in it for almost 20 years, I guess. And after a while, it got a little bit small to handle our kids and grandkids in the summer when they all came. So we made up our mind that we were going to sell it, and we found a lot on Quaney Pond, which is only a couple blocks away from where we were. We put it on the market in, I guess, in March or April, and thinking that, well, it'll take a little time for it to sell.
I already know where this one's going.
Yeah. And so it sold almost right away, and our thinking was that, well, you know, it'll take some time, and by the time we have closing, I think we'll get another summer here in this house. And so we said to the buyers, okay, you know, we've settled on the price, we're happy with the price. How about if we close in September? And the buyer said, well, how about if we close in the beginning of May?
Yeah.
So we had 1 month to really get out, and we had no place to go because this was a lot that we had bought that we were going to build a house on. So we had to find another place to live, and it took us a while to do that, and it took us a while to get the necessary permits from CRMC to build a house on the pond.
So how long did you rent for?
We were a renter for like 2 years, maybe 2.5 years before we got into our new house. So,
yeah, the CRMC can be tough.
Yeah, I mean, we originally wanted to be low to the ground, and they wanted us up on pillars, which worked out very well for us in the long run.
Yeah.
But it was complicated to get all the decisions made and everything done, and then get out of the first house and finally get into the second house. So we've been in the new house for, I guess, 6 years now, and absolutely love it. I call it my carry me out house. I'm going to go out horizontal.
And you're living on the water.
I'm living on the water. So
it doesn't get better than that.
Absolutely amazing sunsets.
Yes.
Looking over the Quaney Pond. So
Yeah,
it's a great place. I love it. I love the whole area. The area is great. You can live close to the water. You can live on a farm. You can decide what kind of living you want to have in the Westerly, Charlestown, Richmond area. So it's a great area to live in.
I agree. I actually Saturday had an open house at a 300-year-old farm. I showed property on the beach, and I showed property in town.
Yep.
So it definitely is an opportunity here, and it's one of the things. We're sitting at the Artist Cooperative Gallery in Westerly downtown. You can see the beautiful art on the walls behind us. There's so much to do here that
it's a great town. You know, you've got things like the Artist Cooperative, the Chorus, the library.
We could go on for about 10 more minutes.
Plenty of time about the things that you can do in Westerly, and it's a real town.
Yep.
You know, Charlestown, Hopkins, and Richmond are not quite the kind of town that Westerly is. So
but
Westerly
we don't exclude the people from Charlestown. we
understand.
still let you come in.
And you have great restaurants. Yeah.
Yes. So, Chris, thank you so much for
Dan,
this.
thank you
I
very
appreciate it. If you are interested in volunteering or donating or attending the golf tournament with Community 2000, please stick around for another couple of seconds, and I'll post all the contact information for you. And if you happen to be interested in thinking about buying or selling houses, I'd definitely be interested in talking to you about that. Thanks, and have a great day.
Thank you, Dan.
We're good.
Okay.